University of Pennsylvania, where I did my PhD studies under Dr. Wilton Krogman, who was internationally renowned as a bone detective. Krogman wasn't called a forensic anthropologist. That term hadn't been coined yet. But I've never seen anyone better, before or since, at finding clues in human bones, at listening to the secrets the dead can whisper to reveal who they once were and how they were killed. Krogman's particular area of expertise was the skeletal growth and development of children, especially their teeth. For this reason, he tended to have dozens of orthodontists studying under him at any given time. During my years at Penn, I was virtually the only forensic anthropologist he taught, and although I didn't have formal training in dentistry or orthodontics, I absorbed a wealth of knowledge about human teeth, especially how they could shed light on a murder victim's age and identity. One of the most important lessons I've learned during my career is that justice is a team effort. In the course of any given murder case, that team may include uniformed police officers, plainclothes detectives, crime scene and lab technicians, fingerprint experts, medical examiners, forensic physicians, you might say, firearms and ballistic examiners, toxicologists, forensic dentists, and DNA specialists. From a broader perspective, though, forensic teamwork extends not just across scientific specialties, but across decades of research and innovation. I stand on the shoulders of the towering Dr. Krogman. For his part, Krogman stood on the shoulders of T. Wingate Todd, a legendary anatomist at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, and the first scientist to note that as we age, our pubic bones undergo steady, consistent changes that can indicate the age of an unknown skeleton. Other early giants in adapting the techniques of archaeology and anthropology to shed light on modern murders included Eilish Herlichka and T. Dale Stewart, physical anthropologists at the Smithsonian Institution. Between the 1930s and the 1960s, Herlichka and then Stewart consulted on hundreds of cases for the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which was located just a bone's throw away from the Smithsonian. In the process, they, like Krogman, helped define the tools, techniques, and capabilities of forensic anthropology. In 1972, the Physical Anthropology section of the American Academy of Forensic Sciences held its first meeting. 5 years later, a handful of us created the American Board of Forensic Anthropologists. At one point in my career, I'd trained roughly 2/3 of America's board-certified forensic anthropologists. Now, since I've retired and other teachers have continued to turn out PhDs, that percentage is lower. Still, if you look at the family tree of forensic anthropology, the limb that hangs down below my name is a gratifyingly big one, branching into scores of respected names, scientists working at institutions as varied as the Smithsonian Institution, the Central Identification Laboratory, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and the Kentucky Medical Examiner's Office, and numerous universities, including, of course, the University of Tennessee, one of the premier forensic anthropology programs in the world. The centerpiece, or at least the most famous component of UT's forensic anthropology program is, of course, the Anthropology Research Facility, which is far better known, to the chagrin of some of my younger colleagues, as the Body Farm. I'm often asked how and why I created the Body Farm. I wish I could answer that the vision sprang full-blown into my brilliant academic brain, but the fact is, like many scientific journeys, this one unfolded a step or two at a time. From 1960 to 1971, I taught anthropology at the University of Kansas at Lawrence, and during those 11 years, I sometimes identified skeletal remains for Kansas law enforcement officials, ranging from local police to the Kansas Bureau of Investigation. Eventually, I became friends with Harold Nye, who played a key role in catching the killers profiled in Truman Capote's true crime classic In Cold Blood, and who later became director of the KBI. In 1971, I moved to Knoxville to head the anthropology department at UT. When I did, the Tennessee State Medical Examiner, who knew me slightly, asked if I would be willing to serve.